Hello everyone and welcome to Makeover Monday week 2 of 2023. Sorry for the delay. I was caught up in a meeting and couldn't get out of it. So I appreciate you taking the time to join me today. If you're new here, my name is Andy. I'm the head coach of the Information Lab Data School. And I have been running this channel for, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so now, trying to help everybody become great at Tableau, and that includes you. So hopefully you join me along the way, and it'd be great to see some of you. So I'm trying to just get my my camera working here. So if you just give me 1 second, and I don't know what's happening here. My video isn't working. Okay, not a problem. Okay, so and if somebody that's online could just let me know that you hear me okay, that would be great. Okay, there we go. So let me hide that. Oops. And then hopefully this will all be working here in just a second. Okay, there we go. So you should see me on the bottom left-hand corner, or sorry, bottom left. I can't even get my my left and right correct. Okay, great. So I am on the bottom right. And again, sorry for the delay. So let's go ahead and get started. So with so this week we are looking at the. Let me drag my screen over. We're looking at something called the Gay Travel Index, and I actually found this data set on a Instagram account called like Maps of the World or something like that, and I just thought it was really interesting. So let me go ahead and go to the article, and it's on a website called Spartacus, and it gives a lot of really interesting background. So it's basically a way for the LGBT community to understand kind of what risks they're at when they go on holidays, so which countries are the safest to go to, and then everything is scored. So let's see here. There's something in here. The categories have different levels. If a category has 3 levels, a maximum of 3 points can be awarded. So if we look at the data, so let me just go here into the data, we can see that, let's see here. So anti-discrimination is 2 points. So basically the higher the number of points, so there's this total column, then the higher ranking they're going to get. And there is a ranking column, and but there are ties in there, so just something to be aware of. And the ranking is dependent on the total number of points. And then we have so there's 10 years worth of data in there. There is data for the US as well, but I didn't include that. And then if you wanted to look at one of the PDFs, for example, oh, that is not what I'm looking for. I have one of the PDFs somewhere. Let's see here. I'll just show you what those reports look like in case you haven't had a look at them. So let's look at 2019, and let me just bring that over on the screen. Okay. So this particular report for this year just has literally just the list of the rankings, right? So, but other years have, let's see, so like this one, it explains the point system. And in 2020 and 2021, a couple of additional categories were created, so those can't necessarily be compared directly to the other years. So just be aware of that when you're looking at the data set. So some of them get a negative score. So for example, a category of religious influence, because the influence of the Catholic Church is strong in the Vatican City, that is in Portugal. The Vatican was awarded -2 points, in Portugal -1. So if we look at so religious, yes, here you go. So you got Spain with a -1. So Spain's a very Catholic country, and that's why it gets a -1 point. Okay, so that's kind of the real rough overview. I'm going to leave this up in case I need to come back to it. But let me come back over here now and just get straight into Tableau. And here we go. So I've connected to the data, and all of these sorts of things. Now, I don't have a ton of time today, so what I'm thinking, and you can let me know if you'd like me to do. Well, it doesn't really matter if you want me to do it or not, because I'm probably going to do it anyway. But I would like I am interested to hear your opinion. So I've done so let me look at now I forget what it's called. Anyway, I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing. So let's say Tableau curvy bump chart. So I looked at this earlier today. So something like, here we go. So Flair-Litch twins. I always have great examples here. So where is their example here? Here we go. So this one here. So this was done by, I don't know if it was Kevin or Ken, because I don't think it necessarily says in there. Oh, this was done by Kevin. So something like this, where you you click on a zip code and it highlights it. But notice they're curves, where typically with a rank, if you just use the rank function in Tableau, it'll just go straight line in between the two. So what I thought would be useful, and again, let me know what you think of this, is to use this as a template and see if we can update it with the data for this week. I've never tried that, but I think it might be interesting to try that. So what I'm thinking is left to right might be each of the years. Obviously, each line is a country, and then it could be maybe do it for just the total, and then try to add a filter in later or something like that. So I'm going to give that a go, and I've never tried to use templates before. Well, I shouldn't say never, but I rarely ever use templates, so I thought it might be a good use case for it. Okay, and then the instructions are all in here. Tells you what to do and all that. So I'm going to go to his Google Drive, and I'm going to just download the template. Come on. So download, and then download. Okay. I don't think I necessarily am going to need the Excel file. What happened to it? Okay. Let's see. Did it download? Okay, did not. Okay, so let me download again. Converting to Excel. There we go. Okay. So I've got Tableau open. Okay, so let me just go ahead and go to the sheet first. And we've got year and country. We've got the total. Okay, and then these are all of the different fields. The ranking, I'm going to make a dimension because we don't want to aggregate those. The only other thing is, do we pivot the data? We probably should pivot the data. So let me go back in and edit the data source. Can always fix it again later, but I'm going to take all of these columns and pivot them so I get fewer columns. Okay, so I'm going to call this first one, what do they call it in the PDF? Do they call them 15 category? Okay, so they call it category, and then this would be the score. Okay, so let's go here. So for example, if I want to look at just the totals, I'll drag category to the filters, look at the totals, hit OK. And the view I was thinking about originally is something like this. So we would have the year, we'd have country on detail, and then the score on the rows. So we get something like that. That looks a bit weird. So why is it doing that? Okay, well, let me just do a rank here. So let's add a table calc. Sorry, I moved it to my other window. I'm going to make this a rank. And I'm going to make it a, I don't think I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it a unique rank. So I get a line for each one. I want to do for each year by country. Okay, and then let's edit the axis and reverse it. Okay, so something like that. I guess one of the things that might end up being a bit weird about this data set is the values tend to stay, the values don't change a whole lot. But let's give it a go anyway. Okay. There are duplicates for most countries. Okay. Seems the year 2015 is duplicated. Oh, okay. The data was kind of a pain to collect as well. Okay, so thank you for letting me know that. I can update it on data.world later. Okay, so let's see. So I want to it's a bit of a hassle sometimes you find these interesting data sets, and then it can be really not very fun to try to prep them, especially with it all being in PDFs. Okay, so let me just add some filters here. And then let me just sort. By country. Okay, so we've got duplicates for every one of them. Oh, well, that's fantastic. Everything is exactly duplicated. So what would be the best way to filter these out? Okay, I'm just going to do it this way. Insert 0, 1, 0, 1. Oh, I don't care. Shoot. Oh, how annoying. Oh, so they're not all duplicated. Most of them are duplicated, but not all of them. Let's see. Okay, I'll do it this way. So let's put a no. Let's say equals if equals that, then yes, else. Oop. Didn't realize I was going to have to do any data cleaning in this exercise, but that's okay. Now why is it not filling down? There it goes. Okay, so now let's do okay, and then my year. Okay, so all my years are there now. Okay, so it should be good now. Okay, so let me refresh the data source. And thank you very much for making me aware of that. So let me make this discrete. And here, what was it, 2015? And let's look at country and then number of records. So these all should be, that's 18. Okay, so there's still a duplicate in here somewhere. Oh, this is just wonderful. So Latvia. Okay, back to the spreadsheet we go. Okay, so Latvia in 2015 is in here twice. Okay. Okay, so let me refresh. There we go. Okay, great. Okay, so while I'm thinking of it, I'm just going to update data.world in the background. Just bear with me for a second. Okay. Right, so let's go to the template here. So I need to open up the workbook. So let's go to downloads, this here. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to just swap out the data source. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but we'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll get lucky. Okay, curvy bump chart sheet. So how did he... Okay, so there's dimension, time, rank measure. Okay. I think this is probably going to be a bit more difficult than I thought. What does this do? I'm going to go back to Chrome. Let me just download this one. Okay, Marcin. So Syria and Tanzania have, for 2015, have duplicates but different scoring. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. It'll take too much time to clean it up, but for now, it's probably pretty close. Let's hope. Is this workbook going to open? Oh, it's on my other sheet. Okay. So I'm going to look at this workbook. So let's unhide all sheets. Okay. So this is set up the same way. And then each line is a post. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do here is, let me go here, and I'm going to, okay. So I'm going to add a data source. And I'm going to add in the new one. And I'm going to, oh, you know what? I probably should look at this template and see what it's like. Oh, it's in a different workbook. Okay. Okay, so we need to update entry sheet, join data, data template. Okay, so this is all formula driven, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so actually I don't really need this in here. Oops. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's close that. We want to have the country as one column. With the time, we're going to make that year, so we'll have that as a column. And then the rank, so I'm going to choose the category as total. and then the score. So that's going to be the measure, and then the rank. So let's do the score again. Let's make this a rank. So we want to make it a rank. Let's make it unique for every year. Okay, so let's do it this way around. Okay, and then we want to score on here as well. And then this can go here. Let's make it discrete. Okay. So if I put this first, it should go. Okay, so that looks good. All right. So we've got country, and then a time, so that would be the year. And then the rank. No, so it goes, yeah, that's fine. So year, country, and then rank. And then actual time, is that just, that's year 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that should probably be able to be the same thing. All right, so now let me worksheet, export, let's see, copy, cross tab. Let's go to the Excel spreadsheet. Okay, and I'm going to just do not enter or delete columns. Okay, so if I do that, so this one is going to be time, dimension, rank, measure, and then this is going to be equal to that. Okay, so I need to move this here. Oh no, that's okay. So I'm going to take this. Yeah, let's do this. We want to move this there. Oh shoot. Okay. All right, so let's call this data template. Uh-oh. I broke something. Okay, that's fine. Looks like I ruined something. I'm just going to open it up again. So let's just go across A2. Maybe I can just copy these across. Let's see. Just having to get rid of all of these references to the other workbook, or the other Excel spreadsheet. Oh, it just got dark in here too. That worked. Oh. Probably would have been quicker to copy them over one at a time. Okay, so next rank. Oh. Okay, what's going on here? A2 VLOOKUP, D2. Okay, I think maybe what I'll do is I'm going to sort this. So let's sort it by time, and then by rank, and then by dimension. Okay, let's see if that does it. Okay, so what's this doing here? So it's looking up Sweden. It's going through those 3 columns. I'm going to look up C, 3. I don't see why that's giving me an error message. Okay. Let me do this first. Let's copy that down. Okay. Oh wait, now it's working. Okay, well, oh, I think it's because I didn't have these other values populated. Okay, so let me save that. Okay, now I'm going to just try to open his workbook and see what happens. So let's edit this data source. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a data source. More downloads. I don't think this is going to work, by the way, but let's see. Where's the other workbook? Okay, so he's got the bump chart. Okay. Oh, I meant to look at the data source. So edit data source. I'm just trying to see how this connection is built. Okay, here we go, it's loading. Okay. So data template goes to join data. Data template. And it's joining in one-to-one. Okay. What the heck? Why is the join calculation not working? Create join calculation. Now it says edit. Great, so this isn't working. Oh, it's annoying. Okay, let's try it this way. Oh, no wonder it was coming up on a different screen. Coming up on my second monitor. So 1, create join to 1. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Surely something will break. Okay, now we want to take this and we want to replace the data source. And let's see what breaks. Oh, nothing broke. Look at that. So 12, 13. Well, that was pretty cool. We've got some ranks that are duplicated, but that's okay. Entire view. So why is it? What does this do? Okay, that didn't do anything. Okay, so we can now close this one, and size of point, what is that doing? So what's it look like now? It just says yes, let's say 2012, and let's put the value in there. Insert measure, some measure, click on OK. Okay. So Sweden 9. Okay, so this goes across time, but it's not fitting in the view for some reason. So let me go here and see what happens. Wonder how we fix that. Oh, get rid of the axis maybe. Ah. Okay. So this is so before the axis was zoomed in. Okay, so so where's the color field? Color. Choose zip code, use dimension, then highlight. Okay. We'll call this choose a country, string, and let's do, so let's we're going to add values from dimension. Click on OK. Okay, so there we go. So let me make this a drop down. And so some of the countries are only, or don't have data for the whole time. Okay, cool. So now we can change the highlight colors. So let's maybe make the don't highlight maybe like a light gray. What did Kevin do in his? And that's like a yellowish color. And then let's make this one, let's go with purple, like that. How's that look? Okay. Size of points, so we can shrivel that down a bit. Okay, there we go. Something like that. All right, so I think that's okay. So let's call this, we want to call this our GTI. And then we can go here. I'm going to just save this. Oops, I'm going to save as. And let's call this Makeover Monday 2023, week 2. Index 2012 to 2021. Save. Okay, now I'm going to need to change all of this font so we can get rid of that. Which, let's see, we could probably put something from the PDF in here. Spartacus Gay Travel Index. Okay, and then, okay, so let's show the caption, and let's now bring the caption over here. Actually, let me hide the caption. I'll just edit this. Designed by. Okay, so I can get rid of this. Okay, and then I'm going to change my colors here. What color did I use? So this is DD3497. How do I change the background for this? Let's see, probably layout. That's just an Why is it not letting me change the... Surely I should be able to change the color of that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's that. And then this one we want to do the same. Not quite sure why these would be set up as a vertical container. Yeah, so here's what I would do. I would put this inside of this container and put this inside of that same container. And then set the background color of this container to that. And then this, I will set the background to white. Okay, and then get rid of the, so something like that. And now I've got some weird, what's going on here now? Oh, okay, so this should be 0, 0. And the dashboard size is 1200 by 900, so 1200. Okay, so that's going to fill it up a bit better. Let me look back over and see if you all have any questions. Okay, first off, has it been useful to kind of see how you would use templates? So hopefully it kind of made sense what I did, just downloading his workbook, plugging in my data, following the steps, and then poof, it all just works, which is kind of cool. So what I could do in addition then is, I think maybe what I'll do is I'm going to bring up some of my controls. So I'm going to put a horizontal container here and stick that in the horizontal container. And then I want to show my parameter, choose a country. Where'd it go? And let's float that there. Okay, then I can get rid of that. Okay, so I've got something like this. I'm going to set the background of this to be layout. Let's set the background to white and get rid of the padding. And then give it some inner padding, maybe 10. Okay, and then I'm going to put a text box. Oh, no, not a text box. I want to put a blank. And then let's edit the width, make it 10. What happened there? That doesn't look right. Huh. So that should only be a 2 pixel wide box, but it's certainly more than 2 pixels wide. Border. Okay, something's wrong here. Because it should be giving me 2 pixel wide. Let me just try it this way. Oh, there we go. I just set it up wrong. Okay, so okay. And then maybe what I could do is I'm going to try now. Okay, so now that I've got this template set up, the size seems to change because of the naming. For example, somewhere it's USA and somewhere it's USA star. Okay, yeah. Oh, tooltips are messed up. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, so what's going on with the tooltip? min rank. What's RK? Okay, don't know what that is. I think ranked, I'm just going to put sum of rank. Okay. Okay, I think that's right now. Okay, cool. So I think what I'm going to do now, so we've got all of this set up. So let me save again, and I'm going to go back over to that Excel workbook. Okay, so we don't need this anymore. Don't save. Do not edit the values on this worksheet. Okay, so we can edit values here. Because what I want to do is I want to, let me just see if I can insert a column. Hopefully this doesn't break everything. Okay, cool. So this is going to be my category. So right now, this is the total. Okay, so what I want to do then is I'm going to go to, okay, we don't need that one anymore. So let's don't save. And I'm going to go to my other Tableau workbook, not that one. Which one is it here? I've got too many of them open. Okay, so I'm going to go back to I want to bring category up here. And then country, category. So what's the structure here? So country, category. So let's just rename this. So rename. And then we've got time, so let's call this 1 year. I'm just trying to get the column names the same, and then let's just rename this one as rank. Come on. And then the score. Okay, rank, so time, rank, measure. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for now, I'm going to make this discrete. So I can put it here. And then the other one is, so let's rename this as measure. And then the last thing we want to have is actual time. So let's just duplicate this and then rename actual time. Okay. Right, so now that gives us all of those 1, 2, 3, 6 columns. Okay, so let's do worksheet, copy, cross tab, and hopefully I can just paste this, so fingers crossed. Let's see if it works. Hopefully, okay, let me undo that. I'm just going to do a new worksheet just to be sure. Okay. Okay. So now, if I go to the very last one here, transgender rights, data template, so it goes year, and then category. Okay. How many rows do we have here? Oh, it's annoying. A lot. So 31,987. Is that what we have here at 31? 90. Okay, great. All right. So now I need to just add in the. Let's just insert it here and see what happens. Category. Okay. All right. So, oh, now I've messed something up. So A8, if you look up E8, okay, so I need to fix my formulas here. All right, so the rank, should be coming from now from column D, so that's right. So the next rank is if entry sheet A2. Okay, that's fine. Then we want to look up the E2, so this should be F2. And then this should be D. Yeah, there we go. Nope, that's wrong. Oh, we're trying to look up E2 through D, E, and F. So the next time is, so it should be looking that one up. Oh. Yeah, so what's, okay. So this should be, okay. And then this doesn't have a next rank, so that's fine because that's the most recent. Okay, I think I got it. So what I'm just trying to add in all of the other categories. So let's now refresh this. Let me come back and see if you guys have any questions. Don't save. Okay, no questions. So let's see if this works now. Nope. It's computing some things. Okay, so let's bring category on. And let's just make a total, and we should get back to the same look we had before. Okay, great. Okay. So now if I go, come on. Okay, there we go. So if I go back to my dashboard now, I should now be able to show the filter for the category. What the heck? Oh, because I need to put a vertical container in here. Okay. Let's make this like 70. I want it to be a single value. Let's just make it a single value list. Okay, and then this layout background should be white. Oh, I lost my line. Okay, and then this should have about 10 pixels of inner padding. This one's got 10. This one should have 10. Okay. And then I need to make sure I get rid of the all option, and I'm going to move the total to the top. Okay, so in my rankings, what I'm going to do is default properties sort. All right, so let's do manual. So I'm going to go to the one for 2021 because that has the most metrics in it. Okay, so I'm just going to order them this way. So total, actually it probably doesn't matter. I think I'm just going to have the total at the top. Oops. Okay, now if I go here, total moves to the top. Okay, adoption laws. So if I pick, let's just say USA. Oh, so there's the USA star. And then USA. Oh, okay. So that's another data quality issue then. So I want to find star. Okay, so let me refresh the data again. And hopefully the USA. Did anybody happen to notice there were any other stars or country names that looked a bit off? Maybe there's a few. I think what I'll do, so I think I'm pretty much done here. That's what I wanted to achieve today. This I can delete. What I want to do then is I'm going to go through, so this can be deleted. I want to go through and just double check all of the years. So if I go back to this workbook, or sorry, all of the, not the years, the countries, because I think you guys said there were some countries that were doubled up, or so let me just have a quick scan here. Yeah, so these are, so okay, so I need to just go back to the data set. Excuse me. So those are all spelled wrong, so it should be this. Okay, so there's that one. Central African Republic. Shouldn't take too long to go through them. China/Hong Kong. Okay. What else do we have here? Democratic Republic of Congo. China, Georgia, Indonesia. Okay. Georgia. I guess they probably put Georgia, Europe in here because they started reporting data for the US. So Georgia, Indonesia, Maldives. Oops. Okay, what else? St. Martin. Thank you. This is very helpful for you to do this for me. It's probably under ST. Okay, Moldova, Macedonia. Oh, it's called North Macedonia, so this probably should just be Macedonia. Let me go back up here. Macedonia, okay. Virgin Islands. Cape Verde. I think it should be Cabo Verde, I think is the right one. And then USA. Okay, so I got that one. Okay, so I think I got them all. All right. Now, if I could find the workbook I was working on, that's not it. Okay, so let's again go back here, save. I'm going to rename this as our GTI. Okay, and then let's save and refresh. And I think I have like 1 minute until my next meeting anyway. So I will go after this. Thank you everybody for joining. I'm just going to let this load. I think I'm done. So let me just test out one of the countries that we knew was, so like Cabo Verde. Let's just see what that looks like. Flip through the different metrics. Yeah, so I think, oh, that's weird. Okay, so something, it looks like I got a bit more cleanup to do here, but oh, that's because, yeah, because some of the countries don't have these other, some of these metrics only started in the later years, so yeah, those are going to look a bit funny. Transgender rights, I think, is the other one. So we probably see that one. Yeah. So I might need to take those out, or I'll probably just leave them. It doesn't really matter. All right. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope you learned something. And if you did, be sure to give this video a like. Leave me any comments. I appreciate those as well. If you ever have any data sets you think are interesting, you can send those to me on Twitter. And I think that's it. So thanks for joining, and I will see you next week. And if you create any visualizations that you want reviewed, submit them on Twitter and use the hashtag VizReview. Eva will be running that at 6 o'clock on Wednesday.